Imagine this. You're safe inside your own home, but for 4 straight hours you're under siege. Creatures, not of this world, are relentlessly trying to break through your windows and doors. This isn't a scene from a movie. This is the Kelly-Hopkinsville Encounter, a terrifying true story from 1955, documented in official police files and even FBI archives. To this day, it remains one of the most chilling and bizarre unexplained events in American history. It all started on a quiet, unremarkable August night in rural Kentucky. The Sutton family, a large group of 11 people gathered at their remote farmhouse, noticed something strange. A brightly glowing object streaked across the dark sky, appearing to land in a gully just behind their property. Curiosity quickly turned to fear. The family dog began barking uncontrollably, its frantic cries echoing through the night before it suddenly went silent, retreating under the house with its tail between its legs. Then, the silence was shattered by a scream. One of the family members, Billy Ray Taylor, had gone outside to fetch water from the well. He came sprinting back inside, pale and breathless, babbling about a small creature with glowing eyes he'd seen in the woods. At first, the others were skeptical, thinking he was just playing a prank. But then, they saw it for themselves. Peering out into the darkness, they witnessed a figure emerge. It was small, no more than 3 feet tall, with a disproportionately large, round head. Its skin seemed to have a silvery, metallic sheen. It had long, spindly arms that nearly touched the ground, ending in what looked like talons, but the most terrifying feature was its eyes, large, yellow, and glowing with an unnatural light. Panic erupted. The men of the house, Omer Sutton and Billy Ray Taylor, grabbed their firearms, a shotgun and a .22 rifle. As the creature advanced toward the porch, they opened fire. They shot at it from just a few feet away. A direct hit that should have obliterated anything that's small. But instead of falling, the creature simply flipped over, then scrambled back to its feet and scurried back into the darkness, seemingly unharmed. The men later reported that the bullets made a distinct metallic pinging sound as they struck the entity, like hitting a metal bucket or a steel tank. This was just the beginning of their 4-hour nightmare. Soon more of these creatures appeared, an army of them. They weren't just in the yard, they were everywhere. One appeared in the window, its pale face and glowing eyes staring blankly into the house. They shot it through the glass, shattering the pane, but the creature just floated backward and disappeared. Another one was spotted on the overhang of the roof. Again, they fired, and again, the bullets seemed to have no effect. The creatures would peek into the windows, one after another, their cold, lifeless stares sending waves of terror through the family. They scrambled on the roof, their claws making scratching sounds that echoed through the house. The family was trapped, surrounded, and their weapons were useless. For 4 agonizing hours, this siege continued. The family, now in a state of complete hysteria, saw a small window of opportunity. They piled into 2 cars and sped away from the farmhouse, driving as fast as they could to the nearest police station in Hopkinsville. They burst in, a terrified group of men, women, and children, telling the police an unbelievable story of a firefight with little men from a spaceship. The police chief, Russell Greenwell, was initially skeptical but couldn't ignore the genuine terror in their eyes. He described them as not drunk, but genuinely frightened. He gathered a convoy of officers, state troopers, and even military personnel from the nearby Fort Campbell Army Base, and they all headed back to the Sutton farm. When they arrived, the scene was chaotic. The house was riddled with bullet holes. Shotgun shells and casings littered the ground. They found strange, glowing green patches on the grass in the areas where the family said the creatures had been. But of the creatures themselves, there was no sign. They had vanished as mysteriously as they had appeared. Investigators and Air Force officials questioned the family members separately, but their stories were remarkably consistent. They all described the same small, silvery beings with glowing eyes. The authorities confirmed that the family was not lying or hallucinating. They were profoundly traumatized by what they had experienced. The case became a national sensation, with newspapers dubbing the creatures the Hopkinsville Goblins. So, what were these beings? To this day, no one knows for sure. Skeptics have proposed theories, from misidentified owls to elaborate hoaxes, but none of these explanations fully account for the physical evidence, like the bullet holes and strange glowing spots, or the sheer, collective terror of 11 witnesses. Were they extraterrestrial visitors? Were they some kind of undiscovered terrestrial animal? Or perhaps a secret military experiment gone horribly wrong conducted near the Fort Campbell base? The truth remains buried in the darkness of that Kentucky night. One thing is certain. According to the Sutton family, the bullets didn't kill them. This means that whatever besieged that farmhouse in 1955 might still be out there, lurking in the deep, dark woods, waiting. So the next time you ray home late at night and you hear an unfamiliar scratch on your roof or a strange sound outside your window, you might want to pray that it's just the wind. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed diving into the unexplained, don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories like this one.